Okay, this is table number 4. So I'll just move around here. We've got this is an RCV SP 60 made in Japan. This is OS Max D15 little single. This is a Technopower 5-cylinder radial. This one's just missing its carburetor. As soon as I find a carburetor for it, I'll get that running. So we've got a Kamikaze inline twin. This has got a few little extras that come in the box. So I've got, I don't think that's ever been opened. Got little exhaust tips. You've got this exhaust. Comes in a nice little box. I don't know much about that engine, but anyway, little Kamikaze. So what's this one? A Webra T4-60. I need to find an exhaust for this one. This utilises a rotary valve. So this is Hiness. I think that's how it's pronounced. There's a few of these engines. So this one is the 44. These are 2-stroke. There's the exhaust collector underneath. This is another variation to the opposed twin. So it's basically 2 engines back to back, like so, with a gear mechanism in between to tie it all together. And this is their radial, 3-cylinder radial at the back. I'll eventually hear all them running. This is another engine by them. This is a 20. Sorry, my lighting is slowly dying. This is another 20. It's got an extra large head on it for extra cooling. Onto the Vegas. This is a Vega 91. These are a 4-stroke, so they're a flat head. They've got inside here, they've got 2 valves in the back there. If you pull that back off, there's gearing and cams. Come out of England. So we've got the Vega, I think it's a 50T. I think that's what that says right there. I think that says a T, or it could be an F, I'm not sure. I think it's a T. We've got the Vega 30, the Vega 61. Here we've got the Grossi air-cooled, made out of Italy, 2-stroke glow. So this is air-cooled, this one, and this one's water-cooled. Apparently they rev like the clappers. This is a Cub 4.5. I don't know much about this engine. It's got points on the back of it. It's got BH stamped on it. Not much more I can tell you about it. It's 4-stroke. I'll be hearing that one run. Here we've got a Frog 149 diesel, DC limited diesel. So we've got, I'm calling this one homemade. It's got rough castings on it. It's got points on the front, little fuel tank on the back. So don't know much about it, but I'll be giving that a run. So we've got the Philtech V4. So Phil started out making these little diesels, painted them different colours for different models, different years, what have you. And then he started making the little V-twins, V4s, V6, V8s. The V8s, as you can imagine, was twice as long as what this V4 is. So then he went to a totally different design, and he came up with a V12. So now he's making a V12. So here we have the HP VT49 rotary valve. I think this one's missing its exhaust. We've got a HP 61, and we've got Fugi 15, Fugi 40, Fugi 099 SR. Down the front here we've got, these are made by EHMO out of Germany. This is a little V-twin, 4-stroke. Another V-twin, slightly different to the other one. Another V-twin, another 4-stroke. Then we've got an inline twin, 4-stroke again. Another 4-stroke, looks like they're all 4-stroke. Little single cylinder. Another single cylinder here. And another single cylinder. All made by the same guy. And then on the end, we've got 2 Wankels. These are just slightly different models, made of different years, made by the same company, OS. So that's about it for this last table. But before we go, I did want to show you this stand that I've made up. This is my test stand that I recently made. So this has got, at the moment, it's got the brackets to hold the little V12, this little V12 right here. So I have had this engine mounted on this stand. When I made the stand up, I was still making up all my cables for me little ignition system. So I thought, well, I'll go with the biggest engine that I'm going to put on this stand and then make up me cables to suit. And I've made them up in lots of 4, so I can go 4-cylinder, 8-cylinder, 12-cylinder without having to cut or change anything else. So this little stand I've made up. So I've got this base on the front that I can drill and tap holes and do whatever I need to. I've got this one here that's just sitting here. That will slot down in the top there. I can remove this one, put this one in, and bolt engines to this. Got the fuel tank up the top, and I've made it so that it suits these little ignition boxes that I've been making up. I'll just get this one out. So I've been making these little ignition boxes up. This has got a coil and battery inside it. This is for spark ignition. So I've got, on the front there, I've got external coil, or I can use the internal coil. I've got points, earth, and this is for goes to your spark plug for this point, that one. And we've got this box here that I made up. This has got 3 DC converters in it, so I can plug up to 4 glow plugs per point there, so I can get 12 plugs with my earth. And this doesn't have a battery in it, but I've got my total voltage there, and then I've got my individual voltages per little DC converter. So I've got one switch for each. Then I've got these 3 little holes here. So I should be pumping out 1.5 volts. So if I've got 12 glow plugs plugged in, obviously it draws a bit of power. So I'll stick my screwdriver in here and I'll tweak it up to 1.5 volt. If I'm just running a single cylinder engine, obviously that's not going to draw as much, so I'll just adjust it to suit. So the last thing I've got to make for this little setup is a little radiator and an external tank, so that any engines that are water cooled, I can just plug them into the little external radiator and cool them. All right, that's about it. Thank you.